If the hormone binds to an intracellular receptor, it can also trigger an enzyme cascade, but there's no G protein, or the receptor complex can enter the nucleus. And then finally, if the hormone has an intranuclear receptor, it can bind to the receptor inside the nucleus and alter the cell's physiology by turning a gene on or off. These two have to be lipid or cholesterol derivatives in order to dissolve through the lipid bilayer. These cannot, when they bind to a membrane receptor, they have to be an amino acid or peptide derivative or a short peptide themselves, a short polypeptide or small protein. All peptide and amino acid or protein hormones bind to membrane receptors. All lipid and cholesterol derivatives have receptors inside the cytoplasm and on a rare occasion inside the nucleoplasm. I hope that makes sense to you, okay? I know it's a lot of stuff. So I'm going to cut this video here because I got to keep them under 30 minutes if I want to get them onto YouTube very easily. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick overview in the next video well, I already kind of did the overview. We're going to start looking at specific hormones and how each hormone is triggered or released. What is the stimulus? Where the endocrine organ that detects it is, where the target cells are, and what the response is. For each one of these hormones, you need to know that. Anyway, I'll do that in the next video. I hope that this was mildly entertaining. I hope you learned something. I hope you had as much fun as I did because I love talking about this stuff. And I'll see you on the flip side in the next video. Thanks for watching.